Sandy's asked me just obviously say a few words on behalf of our families, and sorry, our family, Louisa's family, the Zanudas. And when Sandy asked me, sorry? And look, when Sandy asked me to do it, I'll be honest, I didn't get a speech prepared. And I know that shocks Sandy usually, because he likes to be very well organised, but I did organise something for you, Sandy. Yes, I did.
Got a spreadsheet, haven't you? Got a spreadsheet.
I've got him a tissue. Because I usually know when Sandy hears some speeches, he starts to cry, so there you go, Sandy. You're right now. We don't forget to look at tissues. So, look, what do you say about Sandy? He's been an unbelievable son to my dad. He's been, I'm only 28, so...
Thanks for the clarification.
He's been a sensational son-in-law, been to Johnny and Star.
Yes.
He's been a fantastic brother to myself and my sisters. A fantastic brother-in-law to the girls and the boys. He's been a sensational uncle to all of the kids in the family. And look, the thing that we love about Sandy so much is that when something needs to get done, something needs to be said, you can go to Sandy, you know that it will get organised, and you know that it will get arranged all the time. And that's the beauty about Sandy. That hanky's going to come in handy very, very soon. So you can already start to see the glass in the thigh. So look, I'm not going to keep carrying on forever and a day. On behalf of our family and the Zanudas, we just want to say, Sandy, thank you very much for just being the person who you are, what you do for us, day in and day out, all the time. Thank you very much. That's it for me. I'm not going to say too much more, except now I'm going to ask for Jake to come up and say a few words. Sorry, and for those who don't know Jake's the one that put my brother through all the trouble of working and all that sort of stuff. If Jake would do the right thing and give my brother a massive pay rise, and throw a little bit my way as well, Sandy, 10% commission.
Jake's paying for tonight.
Jake's paying for tonight too. So look, Jake, I'll just let Jake say a few words.
Thank you. Not sure what I can... Oh, hang on.
Anthony.
This is... and go. Look, I'll just say a few words. Sandy asked me if I would, and of course I feel absolutely privileged to say a few words here. I don't think I could say anything that you guys don't know. I have had the privilege of working with Sandy for 18 years. And from the first time that I met Sandy many years ago in Melbourne, he was the sort of guy where I thought, if we can get him onto our team, it will be a far better business. And 18 years later, that's absolutely what happened. So Sandy was the first person that took such a senior role for us in the Eastern States, and we had to have somebody that could represent all the things that we wanted our business to stand for in Sydney and Melbourne and in the east coast of Australia. And the way he has driven the business for us, the way that he has represented the business is nothing short of astounding. I guess the main thing I wanted to say was, as you know, through work you have to do performance reviews and all those sorts of things. And so often I go to Sandy's team and we have to formally ask for this feedback. And it gets quite monotonous because every year I hear the same thing. And I wonder if perhaps they're on a separate payroll. Because Sandy, they say, highest integrity, always got time for me, they say. He works so hard, I don't know how he gets everything in, and it's just astounding. So it becomes quite a monotonous thing when I give him feedback. But I don't have to tell you that because that's why you're here, because you know that. And I was thinking about it when I wanted to say a few words, that if there's one thing that is so outstanding is that he is the same person. He's the same person you see at work, he's the same person you see privately, he's the same person in a crisis, he's the same person in the good times. I often think that you can measure people by how they are in a crisis. In a crisis, he's the same person. When the pressure's on, he's the same person. He doesn't change. He's just an outstanding individual. But you guys know that. So I thought of lots of funny things to say, but I can't think of anything really now. I could talk about the things when Sandy said he's not going to have a 50th.
What the hell are you all doing?
We received the DVDs in the mail.
Jake feel like your friend is still fine.
We knew that when Sandy said something's not going to happen,
It's happened.
it's going to happen. When Sandy said I'm not going to get a dog, what happened?
Oh, no, I didn't get a dog, Jake.
We love that dog.
When Sandy said the dog, I'll get a dog but it's never going to come inside. Then Sandy said the dog can come inside but it'll never go upstairs.
Sleep next to me.
Sandy said I'm never going to get a pool.
No, never.
TikTok.
TikTok, thank God.
So when Sandy says something's not going to happen, you know in the background Louise is saying it's going to happen, so it's going to happen. Anyway, I'd like to pass it over to the family because I really just want to say, Sandy, thank you on behalf of everybody. You are an outstanding person. In all my years in business and in all my years privately, I couldn't think of a more outstanding person that I'd like to help celebrate their 50th. I'm sure you'd all agree. So, mate.
She's right.
So now we're going to pass on to the firstborn of Sandy, and that'd be
Oh,
Anita.
Anita.
There you go, Anita.
Hello. Well, I've got some phones. Lucky she's got
iPhone notes.
Yes.
So am I.
You're making Dad proud.
This is the olden people.
Alright, so, okay. Firstly, I would just like to mention that Dad briefed me on writing this speech in July 2014. I felt a bit of pressure in the last couple of days, but
A couple of months, 1 year ago.
but mostly because out of anyone I know, Dad deserves a most special birthday speech. So let's start with what Sandy means to us. So Mum and I were having dinner with Milva last night, and we were flicking through some photos of Sandy, and Milva's comment was, isn't he just so Sandy? He's just such a unique person, and it's true. I don't know anyone ever to have attached a personalised pre-recorded voice message to a mixtape DVD as an invitation to your birthday list, let alone an invite list of almost 100 people of guests. But unsurprisingly,
Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed mine, Sandy.
unsurprisingly, the feedback from the voice messages was classic Sandy. No one put it past you to actually go to the lengths of doing something so crazy. Even Nonna put an Instagram post up with the caption "Only Sandy." But this is why we love him. Dad prides himself on standing out from the crowd. He'd never attempt anything half-heartedly, no matter what it was or whom it was for. Which leads me to what Sandy means to me personally. Dad is to me the best role model in the world. His ability to approach anything in life with his best effort and not to be ashamed of doing that is a pretty great quality. And a quality that I look up to and certainly hope that I've inherited. So thanks, Dad, for being the best. Hi, so of course I'd just like to second everything Anita said. And also just quickly say, so a few months ago, as Jake mentioned, Dad was not thinking about having a 50th. And so as a family we started sort of listing off people, just like really close friends, and we listed everyone in this room, and like for a person to have 80 best friends, I think it says a lot about how great you are and how helpful you are to everyone that you know, and selfless as well. So yeah, just thank you to Dad for everything that he's done to everyone.
Okay, I do have mine on here as well.
How big is it?
Not that big. Oh, the print? No. Thanks, Sandra. On behalf of Sandy, I want to thank absolutely everyone for being here. It's great that you all could make it and come and everything. The last year has been very stressful. Sandy has been stressed about turning 50, haven't you, Sandy? That's okay. After tonight, let's hope he turns it all around. As we know, Sandy, he loves to organise everything. It's got to be his way or no way. But unfortunately, Sandy, sometimes that doesn't happen. Sandy does work really hard, Jake. He doesn't lie to you, believe me. He does work really hard. While he's working hard, he's made a great life for us. As you can tell by looking at these beautiful girls and the way they've grown up, and wow, look at them both now. Okay, so I do want to thank everyone for coming here and all the great memories, and everyone has their own of us as a family and obviously as of Sandy. But I do want to just bring up one person, Anita Tombolado. Would you like to make your way to the microphone? Do you want to say something?
Sandy, you know how we were supposed to go to Phillip Island this weekend?
Yes.
We're not. We're going to Hawaii.
We've held this secret since February. It's killed me. Everybody hands up who knew, and it was killing you. And Robert, the three of us, if you don't want to come and you want to go to Phillip Island, by all means, off you go. The rest of us, we're going to Hawaii. Finish that.
I've got nothing to say. And I just bought some fresh bait for us to go fishing with.
Of course he did.
Did Jake know about this?
Jake.
Is that why you approved my bait?
Jake.
2 weeks.
So I got a phone call from Louisa saying, look, I'm just ringing to say that Sandy, is there anything happening in August? And I said, yeah, we've got a manager meeting. We'll change it. So what am I going to say?
Well, as they say, OMG. That really is amazing. To be honest with you, I'm absolutely shocked.
That's unusual.
You're right. But who's paying? That's what I really want to know. Now everyone's clapping. Who cares? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the bills. That's all fine. Thank you very much. I promise you I won't keep you long. But I do want to say a couple of very special things. First of all, I can finally make a speech and not worrying about offending anybody, because everybody in this room has got a personal note from me on a CD. So no one can complain, right? And it was, yes, it took a long time to do the invites, yes, it took a long time to do the CDs, but the feedback that I had was priceless. The texts, the emails, the phone calls, and I'm still getting them. Just the other day, Linda said to me, I've worn out my CD, I need another one. And it's just an absolute pleasure. So I hope you enjoy it for a very, very long time. But there are a few people that I need to thank, outside of all of that have really been a big influence on my life. And that is, first of all, when I was very young, my cousin Sandy's in the crowd. I attended my first DJing job at 14. He was 18, he just got his licence, and we did that for 10 years until the age of 24, until we both went separate ways, business-wise. But that was a big influence on my life. You will see a lot of photos up there. We had a lot of great times, and if we knew then what we knew today, I wouldn't be working anymore, I can tell you now. We were the biggest. We used to do all the DJ jobs. We absolutely used to clean up. It was fantastic, and we opened up three shops in the process. Thanks, Andy. Thanks very much for the people who've come from interstate, Jake and Sandra, and also Peter de Pellegrin. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Besides the family, which I'll get to in a second, there is one individual, there are two other, well, there are quite a few people, but first of all, Paul Friends and Mulva, thank you very much. We see each other twice a week. We go out nearly every Friday night to somewhere different. I really appreciate it. Make a phone call and he's at your house trying to help you out. He helped build us, he helped build our house, and I really appreciate it, Paul. Thank you very much. The second person in that vein is Rob Tombo. Well, apparently we're going to go all the way, which I had no idea. We're going to Phillip Island, on the other side of the world. We've known each other since we were born. In fact, we knew each other before Anita and Louisa knew each other, and they become friends. But our parents come from the same place as my parents come from. And And you'll probably see from the photos, a lot of photos of us, and up until just 2 or 3 weeks ago, we went away together in Rob's caravan, and the stories we told around the fireplace is priceless. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Rob. To Louisa's side of the family, Joni and Stella, Katya, and Linda. Katya and Linda, you're like sisters to my other two sisters. Stella, as I've said on the video, you were like my mum. That I didn't have for 22 years. We don't argue. She sent me a beautiful letter last night, which was on my desk when I got home from interstate yesterday, which was beautiful. Don't know why she wrote a letter and then a card was empty, so I just put the letter in a card. But anyway, it doesn't matter, I've stuck it all together. But that's just my mother-in-law, don't worry about that. Joni, where's Joni? Where's Joni? Thanks very much for being a fishing partner. You'll see quite a few photos up there of us having a bit of fun, and I can guarantee you one thing, he's a different person when he's on the boat than when he is on land. I'm in control when we're in the boat, not him. To my immediate family, my dad, where's my dad? Hi Dad. So he's been the heart of our family, especially since Mum passed away. And he's kept us all together. To my beautiful sisters and my brother. We don't argue. We have our ups and downs, but my dad's kept us together, and we've got a beautiful family. So thanks, Chal, Pooch, and Anthony. Anthony, especially for you. Thanks very much for what you did tonight, taking all the photos. And if you want good photos, get in them now, because the longer the night goes, the boy's going to get pissed. So they're going to be a bit wobbly. outside of family and friends, there is one person who's been a massive influence in my life, and that is Jake, that you guys probably didn't meet until tonight, or some of you guys mightn't have met. So when he says that we've been working together for 18 years, absolutely, and I knew him for a couple of years before that. I actually used to be a supplier to his company, and I've been part of that. Work aside, work's work, and obviously he's helped us build the family that we've got, the house that we've got, the things that we own. But he really is an exceptional person. He's an entrepreneur, not only in business, him and his partner, but the conversations that we have outside of work is unbelievable. He's a very switched on individual. He's got his own band, he's a singer, plays the piano, plays the bass guitar, plays the lead guitar. He's bloody good looking. It shits me every time I go out, girls look at him and they don't look at me. I've got hair, but it's on the wrong side of my body. So thanks very much, Jake. I think we've been to, I was trying to count the other day, 10 countries together overseas, all through work, but we've enjoyed those things. You've been a great influence in my life, and like I said, outside of work, we have conversations about everything, and he really is an extraordinary individual. Thanks very much, Jake. So it comes down to my kids. First of all, Anita, I'm so proud of you.
No.
All those days, you come in my office and you cry and you're doing an assignment and stuff that I did 25 years ago. I know you shit's doing it, so well, your books have still got the guy with the high pants and all that sort of stuff, and things have changed, and there's a thing called the internet now, which I didn't have when I was born. But ironically, she actually did the same courses that I did, so we've got the same qualification. We've had some unusual conversations, but I'm so proud of you. She's a fully qualified university student, or ex-uni student now, and she started work within a week. I'm so proud of you, and well done. I love you. So 3 words for you: I love you. To Julia, well, she's going through the whole HSC VCE thing now, or VCE. She underrates herself. She never complains. She's probably the boy I never got to have. She does things slightly different than Anita. We're so proud of you. She complains when she gets 98 out of 100. Those sorts of conversations. But she's so beautiful, and the next 3 months are going to be tough. But after that, you're just going to be flying. I love you too, darling. So, is that it? So it leads me to Louisa.
Oh, you've got a better no.
So it leads me to Louisa.
He's got a thing.
So obviously we've been married.
Can you get in front of him, please?
Of course, Bruno should be.
We've been married for 26 years, and last year our 2 beautiful girls gave us a surprise. Tonight's been a second surprise in my life. The first one was honestly the biggest surprise I've ever had in my life, when they organised, I can't remember, 50, 60 people to come to our house. When Paul and Milva took us out, and I abused them all night saying, why don't you take them out on a bloody Saturday afternoon? I was a pain in the ass. But guess what? You're going to experience some of that tonight, because I've put together a DVD which I'm going to show you in a second. But to my wife, Louisa, I've been married for 26 years. Hopefully we're married for another 75 years. I'm now 50. We met when I was 17. And you've been my best partner. And I've got 4 words for you, not 3. I really love you. So, thanks in advance to Nick Canaris, our DJ tonight, and Anthony Laris. So Nick is a good friend of mine, and also I'm actually his customer. He works for JB Hi-Fi, he's a buyer, that's why I'm going to be nice to him. And Anthony, obviously my brother-in-law, is an ex-DJ, so we're going to get stuck into that in a second. However, have you got something, have you?
Yep.
Oh, okay, so we'll do whatever you want to do, and then if I can just spend, literally, I've got 5 minutes about something that is very emotional for me. and something I put together, which I want you to see.
Alright, I just want to say, everybody got their vocal cords ready?
Yes.
Yes. Linda, are you there?
They're coming.
So it's Christmas. By the way, please everybody, can you make sure you get into that photo booth? Because we want to have everyone's photo. You get a photo, plus Sandy of course, will get an album. We all know how much he loves his photo albums. So please, everybody.
Katya, you wouldn't give up. She said to her, don't worry about it, but no, she had to do it. It's been my favourite cake. And as Jake reminded me the other day, it's not a bomb Alaska, because it's not a bomb. But thank you very much, and I'm sure it tastes beautiful. Thank you very much. If you can just all look at the screen, and I'll be up there in a second to put it on for you guys. Thank you again.